This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, happy health habits friends out there. Anybody who's watching us, we're going to be talking today. It's the 20, is it the 24th?
24, yes.
24th of July. And we want to welcome Trisha, who's new today. And thank you, Trisha, for loving yourself enough to live a healthy lifestyle and to show up. Okay. And whoever is listening to this again and recording, you're on the right bus. This is the what we call the energy bus, and we are all on the right road, on the right path to making sure that we have fun and we enjoy the ride, learning to live it and ditch the diets and learning to live it, and making healthy habits second nature, right? That's our new motto. We're going to make healthy habits second nature. We're all on this bus together, and it's a good bus, and we only invite people that have the right energy, the right positivity, and we only want people who are committed to learning and growing. We don't want quick fixers. We want to help quick fixers, but we really want to, be focused on who is out there. Not everybody, but who are the people that want to continue to learn and grow. Like I said today, I sent you guys that graphic. Did you see? You're either growing or dying, right? Isn't that was pretty profound? You're either growing or dying. They talked about that on the webinar. I love that. So we're either, or as Mary Gomat would say, you're either inclining or you're declining. If you're reclining, you're going to soon be declining. So we want to make sure to take those healthy habits that are all habits of disease. And for Trisha, if you're seeing this, they're all crookedy and they're all messed up, and we want to integrate all the habits of health into one big round integrated circle, so we have lots of integrity with ourselves. We know we cannot make a good decision to save our lives unless we get our head and our heart in sync. So we want to just take a moment to take a deep breath in and let it all out. Take a deep breath in, let it all out. And hugging yourself. And Trisha, and for anyone else listening new, this is for calming down the brain so we can think with our cognitive brain, so that we can make good, healthy decisions. Take a deep breath in, let it out. Deep breath in, let it out. Make it a habit. Take 5 breaths and say the serenity prayer, right, Betty?
Yes, yes, it works.
5 breaths out. Longer on the out, let the carbon dioxide out, the stress will go out of your body, and you'll be better. You'll be able to make a better decision with the head and the heart in sync. Has anybody been using this? Or remember the 90-second rule? Any emotion only lasts for 90 seconds. Anybody
Yes.
using this? Do you
Yes,
find
I
it helpful,
do.
Betty?
Yes.
Anybody else find the breathing helpful, or the hi Rox, hi Margot? Anybody else trying it?
Yep.
In the moment, it's hard to remember, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
It helps at night too. At night, but when I go to bed.
Do you find it helpful at night?
Yeah, to calm them.
Breathing,
Yeah.
to calm down and to sleep better.
Yeah.
That's what I do too. I do it every night, get my head and heart in sync so I can sleep better and calm myself down, because I have a hard time with that rat race, right? So, that rat race, that's why I have to shut my computer off at 6. So I want you to bust me if I'm texting you after 6, okay? I need your help. Margot, I need your help.
Yes,
And
okay.
you should say, why am I getting this message from you? At 10 o'clock at night? All right. We need to surround ourselves with people who get it, right? Surround ourselves with like folks. That's who you are today. Surround yourself with people who get it, the ones that want to learn and grow along with us. Remember, we're going to focus on why we're really here. That was a Monday. That was really big in Monday, wasn't it? Monday topic. Who watched Monday?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that was huge. I love it. And then why are we here? Remember your word for the year. And there's hope for wholeness, because you are more whole than you were, right, than you were 6 months ago already, right, Deb? You're more whole now. There is hope for wholeness, and we are proof. We're going to celebrate some wins, and we're going to help, shore up some defeats and work our way through those, remembering that all components of the system are essential. And we're going to talk today about the foundation of our company and Optavia. The optimal way of life is what Optavia means. We're going to talk about the foundation and how these 4 components have actually how they've evolved and how they've had to grow or die, right? As our company has had to grow or die, we have to grow or die, right? So we either
Yes.
we have to change. We just have to. So we're going to talk about that, and because that's real important. This is my notes. These are my notes from Monday, just now that I have the slides set up. I love, and I'll just share this while I have it up. I'm going to keep this for other people. Who's rebooted before? Who's had to start over, start fresh, get your foundation?
Oh, yeah.
Have you had to put cement in the foundation of your healthy habits? Carrie, I know we all have, right? How many
Yeah.
times? Like
Yeah.
at least this many times you've had to start all over, right? With your foundation of your healthy habits. So I love this. Are you hungry? These are just things that really floated my boat. Are you hungry for weight loss, guys, or are you thirsty for lifestyle transformation? And you want it to just feel like such second nature. Because guess what? That's what everybody
Yes.
wants. They say they want weight loss. The first thing that comes out of their mind is weight loss. That is not what they want. They want lasting lifestyle that's second nature. They don't want to think about it. They don't want to worry about it. It just needs to, right? That's what you want. And the other thing is you all want longevity, quality, and quantity. So you all want what we now know is ultra health, which I've had a revelation about as well in section 3 of this book. But I love these restart rules. And I don't know, did anybody catch the restart rules?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which were your favorites? These were my my short notes. What was your favorite restart rule? Anybody want to share, Betty? Margot?
I think number 4 was good. A vow never to give up. 5 was probably the best. Never give up.
Vow. Never give up.
Vow to never give up.
When you make a vow to in a wedding, right? You vow. I'm in it to win it, right?
Yes.
No matter what, good, bad, or ugly. What's your favorite, Margot?
Mine were 1 and 2 because the program I went through fine. There were never losses or starts, and that it just smoothly went through. But my life is up and down and up and down, and
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
make the commitments and I work towards it, and then I get sidetracked and
Yeah.
something else comes up, or I don't think I'm big enough for it, that I can do it, and then I have to regroup and start over. So it really is the lifestyle transformation in general that's impacted me. But 1 and 2, the most, is trusting myself and remembering my why it is important.
What your purpose is on the planet. And you have just
Yeah.
recently gotten a breakthrough in your purpose, haven't you?
Yes, absolutely. And a lot of that was thanks to David and the
The 90
90-day plan. Yeah,
Yep.
it just, and what gets me when you listen to these, so much is common sense. So much of it we know.
Yep.
We just don't think about it, and we don't
Yeah.
necessarily apply it.
Right. We don't get it out of our body. We don't get it out in a way that we can actually see it,
Right.
I love this. I love the comment you said, 1 and 2, being the CEO of your own life. I've heard this before, and that hit me in the heart. Right?
Yeah,
Did you like that,
absolutely.
Margot? Because Margot's good at being CEO of everyone else's life.
I'm working on it.
Margot could be CEO of 5 chiropractic offices all at one time with her eyes closed. Yes, she could.
Yeah. Yeah.
But could
Yeah.
she be CEO of her own life? Hell no.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Like she was CEO of my life, right? So we got to do that. I love that idea. Like 24 hours in a day, you get to be CEO of what happens. Those Optavia Radians. I love that. Right?
Yes.
What'd you get out of that, Kathy? The Radians conversation. Oh, you're muted, dear.
I like the part where you said making healthy habits just second nature.
Yes.
If we do all of those, and it becomes so, we don't even think about if we're doing it right. We just do it because it's second nature.
Yes.
And don't you have some of those habits now, Kathy?
Oh, I do. I feel like I do. Yes.
Yeah. Like what's the one you just don't think about now that you didn't do before?
Well, my exercise. I mean, I faithfully and religiously do that every day, and I don't. It just has to be done. So
It's a no-brainer, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That is lifestyle transformation at its finest right there. Yeah, absolutely. And remember, we're always the driver of our own bus, right? Rule number 1, you are the driver of the bus.
Yes.
You're the
yeah.
CEO, Margot, of your life. And Roxy, right? And Carrie, right?
I want to share something that
Yeah.
about the radiance. Like they what I understand is like we teach as coaches and as a community to make better choices. And so we start small and then we keep growing and during the day. And I mean, that means a 24-hour day.
Yes.
We always try to make better choices of everything.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it too, right?
Yes.
I love the idea that it's what do they call it? It's a Nautilus shell because it starts small on one side and gets bigger. The logo it gets bigger as the habits become more solid. Don't you love that, Roxy? It just gives me goosebumps. I really
Yes.
I love the clock of it, the round, and because you only get this. But the thing is that it's a cycle. You get to start over tomorrow. You get to start fresh with 24 new hours.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you get to start fresh next hour. And I was always thinking on that too, the radians. There's 8 hours that you're not making choices because you're sleeping. Your unconscious is running the show. So you better make good ones while you're awake.
While you're
Right?
awake.
If you're asleep 8 hours.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why, air quotes.
Yeah.
Some of us get 10,
I know.
But
Really?
however,
Well, that has
how
changed my life. Looking at my life as a circle and in a pie like that, like it's a pie, and looking at 8 hours of the day, like you just said, Carrie, was like a kick in the gut to me because to me it was like that's wasted time. I could be getting stuff done. Like, I mean, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, do you mean I have to be off for 8 whole hours? What? No,
I know.
look at all the. Am I the only one?
No,
No.
I have trouble with
Yeah.
that. I have a lot of trouble with that.
I thought of that when you said shutting your computer off at 6 o'clock. And I said, in my head, I went, well, that sure beats 2 a.m.
I know, right?
How many years I lived with you shutting off or just getting started at 2 a.m.
Well, I know.
That's-
I literally text her at 2 a.m.
Yep. Yep.
Not
So I'm
cool.
up thinking about this and I'm up, don't forget that. Oh my, I hated me. Hated myself. Right?
But also
Anybody else?
with
Michelin.
the 8 hours of sleeping, how many of you have had a good night's sleep,
No.
but you wake up and you're all on fire? You've got all these ideas going on that were actually generating while you were sleeping.
Right?
No.
And it's
no.
like, well, it's a new day and I have to do this and you wonder, where did that come from? Well, it when I was at my calmest
Yes.
and my easiest, all of a sudden it all creeped in going, come on, you got,
Yep.
when you wake up in the morning, these are the things you got to do.
Yep. I
Yeah.
call it my night watch. It's my God time. And that's when God talks to me and tells me, here's what you need to do. Walk this way.
I love it. Yeah.
Right? There's scriptures about night watch in the Bible. If you haven't read them, they're awesome. And I'm like, okay, now I'm friends with night watch because I'm not afraid of night watch because I know, okay, this is God talking to me, not me. Anyway, I reframed how I thought about it. But how about you, Deb? What did you get, Roxy? Any other things out of these 5 rules? Sharon hasn't shared yet. What'd you get out of the 5 rules of starting over? Sharon, you really haven't had to start over since we got together. Like since you made the vow, you never really started over. You haven't had to do that reset yet.
No, not really.
Not
Just keep
you-
fine tuning.
yeah, you
Yes.
made a
Yeah.
vow, you held my hand, you trusted me, and I said, here's the playbook, run the plays, and you did it, right?
Yeah.
But it's okay because when you fall and you need to actually reset again, which is likely at some point in your journey, right? We would hope that it wouldn't, but then you just get the playbook back out, rerun the plays. That's what I loved about that point, was that this is the playbook. You just keep rerunning the plays and practicing. I love the first 5 elements. Those are the first ones you keep doing over and over. So I loved that part, like a game.
But I think 1 and 2 are still pertinent and valuable.
Mhm.
They all are. They really are. You need all of them.
Mhm. You do.
You do.
What about you, Kathy? Roxy, any other insights? Elaine,
Or
I wish
Deb, were you leaning in, Deb, for a comment?
Deb.
Well, I was gonna say number 3 hit me because I've missed this noon Zoom for 3 weeks. And I've really missed being here. And I think I've missed the encouragement that I get
Yeah.
from being with all of you. So that one just hit me at this particular time.
Mhm.
Well,
And
we
we
miss
missed
you
you.
too, and hope you
Thank
were able to
you.
catch the replay, because we talked about you.
I did.
In a good
Oh,
way.
I might have missed something. I better go back.
Oh, just when you had your interview, it was really, really, really
Oh.
encouraging.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Thank
she was
you.
beyond brilliant. It was like she rehearsed it. It
Yes. That was very good. It was
gorgeous.
very
Thank
good.
you.
And there are a few people that listen to us religiously, even though they can't be here. So, our hearts out to them too.
Yeah.
And I know Mary S is one. Yeah. Love. So, and Mary G is going to be back in August, I said. But anyways, yeah, these were so good. Now, Sharon, I know, Betty, you had, Dr. Michelle mentioned that you had a question about purpose in number 2.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I was trying to write that. You'd mentioned right at the end last time about a purpose. And so I tried to write a purpose and I couldn't think a purpose. What's my purpose? I dug out of off of the computer. I printed off good words, the good emotional words, and then the unhappy one. And I wrote a list and took into her just a list that showed the good, like good inform. I'm humorous. I'm cheerful. I'm those kind of good emotions. But I just couldn't. I just couldn't sit
will
there
help.
and write it down.
I will help you right now. We're gonna all talk about this. Kathy, how far did you get on this assignment? Remember you
Not-
started?
I know, I didn't get very far.
Okay. Does anybody else have a written purpose statement? Because didn't they talk on Monday night about the purpose of Optavia? Like when they all got together and decided they were all on purpose. What was that purpose, right? It was very important to them to drive the growth, right? Does anybody have notes on what he said about purpose? No?
Well, it said basically like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So purpose is, you guys, this is something I've worked on with several coaches I've had over the years. I've had a coach in my entire life, professional coaches. They, this is very important because Optavia has to have a purpose, and they have a mission and they have a purpose, and it's very clear. And that's really to help America say, to really bring in the third era of medicine and bring people back to healthy habits as second nature versus go to your doctor and they're a drug dealer versus a healer.
Right.
Right? If your doctor says take a pill and don't make a lifestyle change, you got a dealer, not a healer. I'm telling you. And as far as I'm concerned, if you see my lives I did lately, I can't keep my mouth shut because I think that's malpractice, but whatever. Not going there, but you gotta.
Well, it shows the difference of the purpose of that said doctor. Did they get into this business of being a doctor to help people or to make a lot of money for their paycheck?
To make a living.
Yeah.
It is very clear.
People have different purposes.
Yep, Carrie, you're quite right. It's very much about their values. They're reflecting their values, right? Yeah. But anyway, writing a purpose statement is super important for your life because you have one. You just need to uncover it or discover it. Like Margot is just uncovering and discovering through that 90-day.
However, my purpose has not changed since I wrote it when I worked for you back in 2010.
Then you got it nailed.
yeah, every time I look at it and think about changing it, I go, no, this is still who I am.
Mine hasn't changed either. Do you want to read yours? Do you know it? Do you have it by
Yeah,
heart?
I've got it.
Okay.
I'm
do you
sure.
Want to share
My
it?
life's purpose. My life's purpose is to serve an instrument of God for the good of my fellow man. I want to serve those in need and rejoice for those in glory and get them to join in the ride. To accomplish this, I will be the best person that I can be. I will accept my weaknesses and strive to overcome them. I will constantly work to develop my strengths. Above all, I will be open, willing, and committed to trust in God's intention and direction, and at all times follow Him, even when my own vision becomes blurred.
Very good. Wow. Wow. Wow.
It's awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Is anyone overwhelmed?
Yes.
Margot is a wordsmith, and I remember that she is. There's no question about it. She
She
can't
is.
say anything without a million words, but she is beautiful. That is beautiful. And
But I
you're right,
did this when we did the training in the office.
when we did the training in the office.
Yeah.
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 Mine is a lot more simple than that, but I have an intention statement for my life that's much more like Margot's. And what you want to do to write a simple purpose statement is to, like I told you, Kathy,
Yep.
write down a list of things you want to be remembered for, values that you want to be remembered for. Like, what's your legacy? What do you want people to remember about you? That you were faithful, that you were playful, that you were serene, that you were gracious, that you were merciful, that you were, what are these things you want your legacy to be, right? You can Google, give me value words, or do you know what I mean? If you're at a loss for words. But I told Kathy, just write down like 100 words or 50 things that you can want to be, you'd love someone to say about you when you die. So at the top of the page, here's what I want my legacy to be. Here's what I want people to say at my eulogy, or here's what I want them to know me for or remember me for when I die. Pretend you're at your funeral. What do you want people to be remembering you for? I know that's kind of morbid, but do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does
Mhm.
that make sense?
Well, not really, because I mean, I just went to a funeral this weekend for a friend, and it makes you think about yourself.
That's exactly
Yes, you miss the person and you talk about their good qualities and whatever, but it's like it makes you think, wow, what have I done with my life? What am I doing? What do I want to be accomplishing? And
Yep.
boy, what do I want people to say about me when I'm not
Right.
in the room? You know, you
Right.
don't have to be dead yet, but
Yeah, and everybody's felt that way at a funeral. Boy, what is my life about anyway? What would someone, but that's exactly right. So you take those words, like I told you, Kathy, and you pick out your top 6 after that. This is the easy way to write a purpose statement, okay? Not the Margot way, but thank you, but the easy way.
yeah, that was after, work and refinement, and
Yeah,
she got that.
refinement and live it a little, massage it a little, but then and then you just have a template, and the template goes like this. My purpose is to blank and blank. By being blank and blank, by replacing blank with blank, and through living each day with blank and blank, for myself and all others who wish to learn and grow with me. That's the template.
Yeah, you've obviously got that in writing. We need that.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to put that, because I
Right.
only got a third of that.
Right. So and I will say, I'll put it in writing, but that's what you pick the 6 words for. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
you just plunk them in there, and then you've got your basic purpose statement. Because ultimately, it's about people, it's about others, it's about who you have in your life. And so I love the last statement, for myself and all others who wish to learn and grow with me. Because as they said on Monday, I love this. If you're not growing, you're dying. It's true, isn't it?
Yeah, and if you're not learning something new every day, are you really alive?
Right?
Yeah.
We have
Are you
to keep
living?
learning and growing, and that I loved about Monday. So I'll send the template, but that's what you want to do for home, kind of homework to work on that purpose thing. And
So it's kind of like Mad Libs. put in adjectives and values in these blanks.
Yes. yes.
Yeah, adjectives and values. Yeah, absolutely. I had to Google what is a value word. I don't know. I had a therapist one time. She gave me this page of values. I don't know what a value is, you know. I mean, you gotta think hard about that stuff. I don't know. But so yeah, so go ahead and
I think you're a lot like me, Betty. You know, we're natural teachers, but it has to be fun.
yeah, it has to be
Let's
fun.
make learning fun.
Yeah.
The other
yes.
question that came up
Oh,
in my
and Jane Ann just hopped on. Hey, Jane Ann.
oh, hi Jane Ann. For me too. I have everything has to be fun. Another cool question, another cool thought is I'll take this off share so I can see everybody here.
Yeah, put that other thing up.
What other thing?
The values thing. Maybe you don't have it yet.
Oh,
There she is,
well,
Jane Ann. Welcome.
hi Jane Ann. Oh, she's like
Sorry I'm late.
It's fantastic. So another good question is, who am I?
Yeah.
This is in a coach training, and when I'm done with other chiropractic, other professional coaches, who am I? Who I am is. How would you answer? Who I am is. Would you say? Would you give him a title? Would you give him a who I am is a financial advisor. Who I am is a manager of a business. Who I am is a doctor. Who I am is that really who you are?
A friend, a confidant, a loyal partner.
Mom, grandma.
Yeah, those are titles. Those
A
are
fun grandma.
Yeah.
They're jobs.
Get some adjectives in there.
They're roles, guys. They're
Yes.
roles.
Yes. That's.
And you, as a human being, are not that role. Does that make sense? This is deep stuff.
Yeah, you're more than that. It goes deeper.
It goes way deeper than
you
that.
do those things.
Yeah.
So are you a human doer or a human being?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, being.
Exactly. Who is my being? Who is my being? And yeah, that's exactly it. And what is your hunger, deepest hunger? What is your legacy? What is your job here on the earth? Who are you? Who are you created to be? Those are deep things to think about, but really important. And I have been in this my entire life. I've been the black sheep because I have been determined to grow out of the situation, to get out of the toxic situation I was in my family. And so I've since I was a kid, I've been thirsty and craving for growth and change in my life. And so I've literally, this is something that is integral to me, but it isn't integral to everybody. So, but these are really important things to be thinking about, because if the more we know ourselves, the more we're going to be able to be, did anyone catch that secondhand helper? To be a secondhand help or a secondhand smoke. He used the secondhand smoke analogy. Did you see that? Did you guys see that? He said, health is health. You can have secondhand health. You can when you are healthy and you're on purpose and you know your purpose, you rub off on others. Secondhand smoke. But anyway, so my purpose, I'll read this to you. This is my little purpose card, and I read it daily, but my purpose is to serve God and mankind by being loving and grateful, by replacing fear with faith, chaos with balance or harmony, and through living each day with integrity, each moment with courage and inspiration. So I added a little on the spaces for myself and all others who wish to learn and grow with me. Mine also has not changed in many years. And I also know that my purpose is, in short, to reveal truth, inspire change, empower people, and transform lives. That's what I'm driven to do. It's what I've always been driven to do, and it never changes. And it's just there. And it came to me, I want to say it was an inspired thing in one of my retreats that I did with a bunch of chiropractors. In fact, JC, the guy with the weird hat on, and on the Monday night, he's a chiropractor.
Yes.
And I've known him for 20 years. He was at this retreat with me where I came to the fact that my purpose was to reveal truth, inspire people, empower change, and transform lives. Like that. Wow. It was that retreat. And so when he talks, I love him so much at the bottom of my heart. When he is talk about hard on sleeve, Sharon, like Sharon, he is like, and like all of you guys, he is so core, passion driven, purpose driven, you know, he is, it's amazing. It comes right from his heart. I also got that weekend, who I am is global inspiration and integrity. That's what I got that weekend too. Who I am. That's how I would answer that question. Who I am is global inspiration and integrity. So let me tell you, when I first got that, I went, no. What you talking about? Like, I don't know what that even means. How could I be global inspiration and integrity? Like, I can't stick to my diet. I can't stick to my healthy I can't stick to my word. I can't do what I know I'm supposed to do. How could I be global inspiration and integrity? How am I supposed to be global inspiration anyway? I have no clue, but I knew it, you guys. I knew it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
You were also living it.
And I was living it to the best of my ability at that time.
Yeah.
And
once you have the why, the how will get figured out and will happen.
That's exactly it. So it has gone from this baby thing to now who knew with Zoom? Oh, I get it. I can be more global. I can have a bigger impact because you guys, we don't even live in the same place. So
I'm literally on the other half of the hemisphere of the globe.
Literally in the southern hemisphere. And now all of a sudden I'm like, I get this. I can be a global inspiration because we got people from all over the place. I mean, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Yeah, you're not limited. It is open. And you didn't know the how at the time, but how is happening.
So it's
unfolding.
my mind, blowing my mind. So allow yourself space, you know, to figure out, what am I committed to? I'm committed to empowering people, inspiring change, right? Transforming humanity's relationship with God and their health and well-being. That is what I'm committed to. So again, deep stuff, but allow yourself space. Give yourself a day or two or a weekend to go somewhere quiet and just like meditate on this stuff. Pray on it. Journal about it, you know, because it's cool and it drives your life and it fuels your life, doesn't it, Margot? It feels, who feels like they have a, what about you, Roxy? Do you have some sort of a purpose that drives your life? Anybody?
Just to be truthful is, I have a real, as an abused child, to hide stuff. And now it's like, no, I hide nothing. It's, you know what? They say, boy, you tell everything. Yes, I don't hide anything. My mouth opens and I let it out. I tell you.
Yay.
You know, and so I guess that's one thing I can say is that I'm driven to be truthful and to not hide stuff.
Yeah, and the
know-
sharing sheds shame, and if you feel broken and all the cracks, well, you're letting light in, but you're also letting your light out.
Oh, that's what that gal said at the very beginning. Shed the shame. Shed the shame.
I didn't see that. It fits.
Yep, that's what the gal said. The shame.
But I have
Roxy, you were about to say? Oh, go ahead, Margo.
I have to say something here, and I have the privilege of having known this lady for many, many years. And there's things about her that she doesn't even know. And when you talk about global transformation, when I worked with her, she started a group called Team Chiropractic Minnesota and brought in about 20 different chiropractors to train and to work to be better at what they were doing and how they were serving. And then from there, she joined a group called Chiropractic USA and got very involved with their upper echelon to bring more knowledge, truth, and everything to an even larger group of chiropractors. So everything that she has done has been outside of herself, has been beyond and bringing others in and doing more for others. And you didn't even realize it. You were global transformation way back then. You weren't just teaching, training, working, and loving your associates that worked with you. it always went beyond. You did workshops, you taught people. You've been doing it since I've known you. And you didn't even realize it.
Well, it felt small.
Small.
Right? It felt like Minnesota, right? Or it felt like Minneapolis, right? When
But
I was
Chiropractic USA was not Minnesota.
no, it wasn't. You're right, but it felt like
Yep.
it. And then yeah, but the global part was like, whoa, so intimidating.
Yeah.
What you talk about, Willis? Well, you know, now we got Zoom and people all over the world, right? I working with someone every month from Ireland. Where does Lusana live? Ireland. You know, I mean
Scotland. Yeah.
Scotland, and then Kerry and all over the place. It's fun. It's really fun. So
Yeah, I mean, Amy's a force of nature to be reckoned with.
roll around in yours, right? Yours. You got something really juicy, you know? Kathy, you got to come up with your juicy. Are you inspired now?
Yeah.
What?
Yes, I'm inspired.
You tell them what you let go of recently. You let go of an kind of like an identity, right?
Yeah. Well, when you said, you know, who am I just feel like I've lost my identity since I retired almost 2 years ago now. And I had all these licenses, as did Amy, for my job, and I'm going to lose them. So I thought, well, maybe I'll take the continuing ed and I'll keep them. Well, I checked into it and it was 46 like classes, you know, like different studies
Wow. Yeah.
to keep these licenses. And I'm like, well, I'm not using them. Why would I go through all that stress and aggravation? And it was costly. And I'm like, okay, just let it go. That's
Yeah,
not who
to
I
what
am,
end?
you
It's
know,
not who I
but
am. That's
it's not who I am. Yeah.
And she was
But
struggling
what
with it,
but
and we
what
had
did
that
you do?
conversation.
I mean, it was obviously a license for a
Yeah, it was
trans-
financial. I wasn't an advisor, but I worked in the industry and I worked in compliance and operations. And
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what you did, but
Yeah.
did you like it?
Oh yeah, I loved it. That's why
Yeah,
I
which
worked
is
as
why
long
you
as
thought
I
about
did.
renewing it. You know,
Yeah.
so that is what you are. You do want to help people be stable and happy and you know,
Right.
stay above the line. And
Right.
it could be, you know, it could be health, it could be money, it could be friends and family, and yeah. So
Yeah.
your you hasn't really changed.
No,
she
but to me, it felt like
Just
it
what you
was.
did.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was very.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
She was very confronted by the question. Well, who is Kathy if she isn't that? Like she was very confronted. And you know, Jane is not on camera, but Jane, I can tell you right up, straight up, this woman is dying to be an impact on the world. Like dying. She's dying to be a coach. She's a writer. She has so much in her. She's got to get out, right? And she's in her own way because she, you know, we are all in our own way, aren't we?
Yeah.
And she's brilliant, and she's yeah, we're all in our own way. So that's why, again, go back to the playbook. Just get out of your own way,
Yes.
study the playbook, and run the plays, and just keep practicing.
Yes.
It's just that simple, and it's that difficult all at the same time.
And you learn so much every time you go back. I go, I know I was here. I underlined, I wrote a word here, but yet I don't remember this part here. And I went back and I found with that dirty water we talked about last week. There it was. I read it. I've read it probably 2 or 3 times, but I started over and I saw it again.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, it had more meaning at that time.
oh yeah. Yeah, now
Then
it
you're
did.
gonna
We
remember.
talked about it. Well, I better go chug another glass of water, you know?
And you know what had me in tears? This is a big breakthrough for me. This had me in tears because JC talked about how when the company got stalemated, do you remember him talking about that?
Yeah.
The company got stalemated and they had to go meet in a room and have somebody outside of them figure out who they were.
Yeah.
Right? That's cool. But I get this. I was actually introduced to take pictures. When it was clear that MetaFast was a food and MetaFast wasn't going to work because it's just a magic food, it doesn't work, everybody gains their weight back. They married with Dr. Anderson to to add the mindset piece, right? And the coaching and the support, the accountability. The part that's really missing is in between ears. So they partnered with Dr. Anderson, made it take shape for life. I was introduced to it at that point. That was 2007, I think they were saying. And I rejected it. Do you remember, Margot?
Oh, yeah, very well.
And I had this aha moment because I remember all of a sudden, I rejected it. I was like, no, this can't happen. I played around with it, dabbled with it, liked the idea of it, but guess what? I wasn't ready. So it's the timing. It's always the timing, right? When the student is ready, the teacher will come. I wasn't ready. I said no. And then I look now and think, I can't believe I rejected that. What if I had started? What if I had done that what if I had, right?
No, it wouldn't have worked.
But
But Dr. Amy, when that happened, it was also the person that was presenting it to you.
And
Did not have the real commitment in the past. They were doing a job. They were trying to make
Yes.
money.
It
They
was a
weren't
money
trying to help people. And that's what threw you, is it became
Yeah,
about the
because
money,
that doesn't
not
resonate.
about the purpose.
Not at all. It was
I
not.
remember her all too well.
It wasn't presented as purpose and passion at all. And I was just like, oh,
No.
I love this concept. I love the concept. I'm so in, but yeah. Plus, my personal life was I was like imploding personally, right? Mentally, I was buried mentally, financially, personally, and otherwise. So it wasn't the right time in my life either. So never give up on people, right, Sharon? Right, Roxy, Marga?
Yeah.
Because people like Sharon, she was around for quite some time. She goes, oh, right? And finally, she's ready. So we don't give up on people.
And Roxy wanted to say something.
I want to say
Roxy.
that, everything that you went through and in the time you came, I'm grateful like you did it, because we are all benefit of your decision. And I want to share something about the point number 3.
Yes.
Because it really impacted me. Saying like, it's not your genetics, it's not your financial situation, your status, or your education. It's just your team with your social network. And
Yes.
this group really helps me a lot. I'm just trying to go to all the meetings as I can. And that keeps me like motivated and gives me the energy and makes me understand like this is the way I like to live my life.
You're not alone.
I always like it, but I wasn't really sure about it. I was just feeling like I like it, but now it's like, oh yeah, I'm doing right.
You're way right. You're way right. You are so right.
Yeah, that's what I say. Thank you so much for saying yes. At the moment, like we just came into life.
Oh,
Be
I
ready.
know.
And that is alignment with purpose.
It is.
You were aligned, it resonated, you're in harmony. That's why it worked.
Yes.
At another time, it might not have worked.
Yep.
But we're here.
We're here. And we're all on the right bus at the right time. And
Yes.
right? You get goosebumps because goosebumps are good. Goosebumps means you're on the right track, right? It's good. It's a good thing. It's a great
Good
thing.
vibe. It's like when you hit a harmonic and it makes the ripples, the vibration. It's like, I feel that's what's going on. Good
Yeah.
vibes.
Oh, the right. But when they were talking about the
good-
radiance of the
The
Optavia
vibes have
symbol,
met.
yeah, I got the goosebumps when they were talking about the symbol, right, Roxy? I was like, oh yeah,
Right.
goosebumps. I'm loving that. This is absolutely it.
Yeah. It's like you find your other part, like we're in the puzzle. Like I'm here.
You found your part.
like that when all you guys, me too, I mean, when you're delving in and looking for your purpose, I mean, what are aha moments for you? What are epiphanies? What are goosebump moments for you in your life? Because that's what resonates with you. That's that you were in alignment with something right then. And what was that? Because it was probably in alignment with your purpose is why it resonated with you. So think about that. Think about, oh, I just love that. And I just can't get enough of that. And that's just who I am.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
Karen.
like what I just heard. That find my part in the puzzle.
Yes.
My part in the puzzle. And
Where you fit.
I'm not like you, and I'm not like you, and I'm not like you.
Mm-mm.
Find my part, but somehow we fit together. I really like that. That's
Isn't
my.
that beautiful?
I might be just a little, and I have sharp corners and in a big blob someplace, but I fit in the puzzle there somewhere. I like that.
And we all have our own circle of influence too, don't we?
Yeah.
Deb's got her Sharon, everybody's got their own way,
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
own circles, but they're part of the bigger puzzle. That purpose, you guys, we are all part of Optavia, the optimal way of life. There is no other answer. If you saw that live I did on Sunday, I just wanted to cry after Sharon and I talked to her friend Sue. I couldn't hear another person say, I don't know what the exit strategy is out of this medication. I don't have a clue, and I don't care even. It just kills me. You know, and we're part of something, a leadership. We're all being leaders by the way we're living, because 80% of the people don't even care to make a change. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
So we're not looking for the 80%. We're looking for the 20% that are like out there flailing around going, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I want to do this. I don't want to do that. There are lots of people like that. You know, they're out there. So just remember, you know, when those medications fail and they get sicker and sicker, we've been throwing out life preservers all along. Okay. Just throw another one. Right, Sharon? It's so frustrating, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Tell them about your brother today, Sharon. You got to get off mute. Did you have a note from Monday? Anybody else have notes from Monday? Points they wanted to cover that we didn't touch on? Any from the life book, Kathy? What are you studying in the life book? Anything?
I did do another chapter. After I did chapter 17, now I went into 18. Again, that's about the exercise.
Okay.
And you know, I said like the level 1 was walking and fitness, and then resistance. We kind of talked about that. And then number 3 was the high intensity, which I've started now, and I've done it. I try to do it at least once a week, do the intensity training at the Y. I get on the elliptical. And at first I started out, I could do 30 minutes, and then that was it because it was so hard. And then I worked my way up. Well, now I'm over. I did an hour, and I did an hour again this week, and
Wow.
my stats were even better than the week before.
So
So-
of the interval training.
The interval training.
Okay.
So
Yes.
it really does make a difference. And now I'm so proud of myself that I could go do it for an hour. So it does really. And it said to get 50 to 65% of your maximum heart rate. You know, said to start out slow, and then it's in the book how you can figure out what your maximum would be. And so I'm getting up to that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
So-
very detailed in there, isn't it, Kathy?
Yeah,
About how
it's
to get
chapter element 18.
Element 18. It's very detailed about how to start here, and then you add over, and it's all in there. It's very, very easy to, you know, read, you know, just apply. Yeah, I'm so proud of you for applying it and seeing that it works.
Yes.
I do the work, I do the walk and everything, and now I just feel like, okay, I gotta increase that or do something else. I can't just walk all the time. And then bring in the resistance training too. I'm trying to get in some more of that. So it's just really a good chapter. I really enjoyed it.
Taking it to the next level. That's growth and learning. That's it right there.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. And I realized in this conversation that inside this Monday night that the like to your point, Kathy, about increase and with Sharon's brother, what we all want is longevity, quality, and quantity. And that is what the third section of this book is all about. And this is my least read part. I don't have any marks in section 3. And section 3 is all about longevity. How do you get it? How do you get quality and quantity? And it's all about ultra health, and it's beautifully done. So this is my next goal because Kathy, what you're experiencing is in that later part of the
Yeah.
of this book. But it's beautifully done. And that's what everyone wants. We were talking to Sharon's brother today about, okay, you're 75. What do you want the next 5 to 10 years to look like? What do you want? Do you want another 20 years? Is that what you want? Or do you want 5 years? And what do you want to be doing? You want to be in a wheelchair or do you want to be traveling? What do you want?
Exactly.
Right? You maybe got 20 years left, but you control the longevity and quality and quantity of your life. And it's all in here, the playbook. The playbook. So ridiculously stupid. It's insane. Isn't it, Kathy? And you're seeing
It
it
is.
work. You're seeing it work right now. You're putting it to work.
Yes.
I am putting it to work.
So proud of you.
Yes.
So proud of you. All of you. So proud of all of you. You guys make me have goosebumps. All of you. So yeah, anything else? Any takeaways from today? What's the best takeaway? Deb, you got a takeaway? Terry, Margot, quick one before we close.
Yeah, well,
Margot,
my internet jumping in and out, but if there's
Margot,
any Mama
give me-
Margot words of wisdom.
Yeah, Margot, words of wisdom.
What's our positive exit today?
Actually, I've got one really short one and then a regular. And ironically, this first quote I came up with, I was looking at things over the weekend and I just thought it was so appropriate. This other one, and I think you've noticed that on occasion, when I do my words of wisdom or whatever, my inspiration, somehow they always seem to fall into what we've been discussing for the day.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Today, I've been having goosebumps through this whole thing. When I read today's, you're going to be blown away. But the first one, that's a short, easy one, comes from Audrey Hepburn, and it's self-belief. And it says, nothing is impossible. If you look at the word itself, it says, I'm possible.
Yes. That's on my quilt. I put that on my quilt when we did that
Spell
thing
it.
in January.
I'm possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this, just hold on to your hats, ladies. They come together as strangers and soon become more. They learn to care about what each other has to say. They share their experiences and call each other at unexpected times. They give each other new ideas and a place to grow. They make their own rules and sometimes break them as well. They take risks. They ask for more. They grab on to things they want and never let them go. They support each other without being asked. They ache through each other's tears and applaud each other's successes. Their stories are always new and their dreams are ever changing. They feel each other's pain and celebrate a job well done. They are the women of today, young, old, as age has no place here, because most of all, they are friends.
Yes. Yes. That's wonderful. That
Does that
is
not fit today or what?
Yes.
Yeah, I found it yesterday after listening to Monday, and I was looking through things and I came across this and I went, oh my gosh, this is what we do every single week.
Us.
Yes.
This is who we are. Someone wrote this for us.
Yes, they
Thank
did.
you. We are
Thank you for
humans.
finding it and sharing it.
Yes.
Yeah. Can't top
Yeah.
that. So
No.
Yeah,
Fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. I
Yeah.
love it. Absolutely love it. So
look at us. They are friends.
right?
Yeah. I know. And we're,
From far, like you said, even from far and wide.
I
doesn't
know.
have to
It's
be-
all over.
Yeah,
That's
It's over.
fantastic.
the same state, the same country, the whatever. We're all part of the same world.
Well, Saturday I'll get to walk with Deb in person. There's some other locals. If you guys have any locals in your area, just chime in for a little bit and walk with them. Say hi and walk for a little bit on Zoom and then walk with them. Just bring friends, or you know what I'm saying? Like do your own little
Yeah.
do your own little group if you have access, either, or, or a buddy or whatever. And we'll see how it goes. It'll be hilarious. Well,
I'm excited. I am so excited. I
And
can't
before we
wait.
close, and I also want to invite them because my girls, my friends, they want to walk on August 4th, also at 8 a.m.
August 4th at 8 a.m.
Sunday.
Okay.
Yes. In case maybe it's gonna be a little early for you, but
Yeah,
Okay.
because 8 a.m. for Roxy is 7 a.m. for the rest of
Oh,
you.
7 a.m.
Yes.
for us. Okay. All
Yes.
right.
Oh, 8 a.m. for Roxy. So
that's
August 4th.
August
yes,
4th.
but we're gonna make also a picnic, and they're so happy, so we're gonna make noise and be happy.
And it will be
nice.
fun to meet
That'll
them.
be fun. That'll
That-
be fun. And Carrie, you missed the trial run. We did the trial run. We had log in from our Zoom from our phones, but I'm gonna put the Zoom on in my house so that the big screen is on. So even if I lose my phone connection, you guys will be able to still be on the Zoom together. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yes.
Because God
Yeah,
knows
because you could just hop on the trail right behind your house.
who knows what will happen with my phone. Who knows?
That's
right?
awesome.
I'll just
Who
leave it
knows?
all-
But good idea.
Yeah. So that'll work just fine. And then we kind of did our practice or
Good.
So I'll send that out, and then Roxy, I'll be there. I don't care. That's not too early for me, so I'll make sure to be there. And then Margot gets to come down and see me. She's driving down to Iowa with her cousin next week. Yes.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, my slumber
Okay.
party.
Oh, fun.
Slumber
Oh
party.
yeah, I feel a party coming on.
Well, and the other thing is I'm going to get to meet two of my clients.
Yes, she has two clients
Face to
that live in
face.
Iowa. Mhm.
Yeah.
You've never met in person. No, wow.
No,
Yep.
it's always been by phone. So I'm so excited. And thanks, Amy, for making this happen because
Yeah.
It's cool.
it's definitely going to be
Roxy's
amazing.
rockets.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be fun. We're gonna have to do
Wish
it
I
live.
could go there.
We're gonna have to do a Zoom.
Yep.
So cool. So cool. So cool. I
Oh,
can't
good.
wait.
See, this is really bringing everybody even together more.
And
Yeah.
even better, we're gonna go to the Barry Manilow concert and bring our
Yay.
Kleenex and cry and sing the entire time.
Yeah.
'Cause
I've already
I'm-
got the Kleenex packed.
'cause
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Low. I adore Barry. I know.
I'm going Tuesday, the 30th in Omaha.
You are?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm so excited. Who did you see in Omaha a while ago? I was so jealous.
Lionel Richie and Earth, Wind and Fire.
Lionel
Ah,
Richie. I was so
Oh,
bummed I missed the Lionel. Oh.
Vinton
Well,
fun.
anyway, so it'll be fun. Anyway, so we have a lot to look forward to, and more in the future. Who knows what? But the foundation of our mission and purpose is good. You're in the right boat, and we're going in the right direction with the right people in the lead in the captain's chair. So thank
Yeah.
you for being here. Betty, do you want to do your story now on Zoom since you're on? Do you wanna-
Sure, if you want to, yes, that
Well,
would
let's
be
do it when
fine.
everybody else drops off, okay? And then you and I
Okay.
can just do you and I.
All
can-
right,
I'm gonna
yes.
stop recording. So have a great day, everybody.
All right.
love you guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Stay on,
Bye-bye.
Stay on,
Okay.
Betty.
Okay, go ahead and stop.